you come to with a start. Your old, withered body, racked with aches and pains. You slowly begin to inch your way across the floor. Just out of arm's reach, the infernal contract lays in front of you. You try to reach out to it, but it's always just out of your grasp. Off to one side, you hear the slow, evil laughter of your tormentor, relishing in your pain. You know you're running out of time. If only you could just get a few inches closer. But alas, you're too late. You hear from outside the roar of creatures and the villagers screaming. Your tormentor's laughter intensifies at your suffering. Will you ever be able to undo this curse? Or are you on a mystery quest? Welcome everybody to Mystery Quest, where today we are playing Dragonbane, and the scenario, the village of the day before. If you're interested, for supporters of the channel, we have a pre-game video where we go through a bunch of the rules for Dragonbane, we develop the background for our characters and get them all tied together, and do a whole lot of goofing around. Do not worry, you do not need to watch this to be able to enjoy the video. We go through all of the important lore, and we cover the rules as we are playing, but maybe it might be of interest to you about how we set these games up. Anyway, on with the adventure. Okay, so you are all a band of adventurers. You guys have been traveling together for a little while. You've traveled from far-off lands to come to an area known as the Misty Veil. Here you are seeking fame and fortune, as there's riches for anyone who's daring enough to seek them out and find them. About 1,000 years ago, this area was home to the Dragon Empire, but it fell into civil war and then was subsequently destroyed by an orcish invasion. And orcs have kind of ruled this place for centuries. But in the last kind of decade or two, sort of mists have descended into this area, and the orcs have all left. And this has left it ripe for all the other races to kind of move in and explore these adventure sites, and people who have returned from here have come back with vast fortunes or artifacts of unimaginable power. So this is how you have all ended up coming here for your own particular reasons. You banded together, and you had made it to the Misty Veil, and you'd tried initially setting up a shop. You'd borrowed money from a character, Borgus the Swineherd, a sort of local land baron, but unfortunately your shop, it got burnt down, it failed, was a terrible thing, and then trying to make some cash to be able to pay this guy off, because it turned out he wasn't a good guy at all. You went on an adventure, but that was also a flop. Now he is out for your blood if you cannot pay him back immediately, and so you've managed to pick up a lead. There's an area where some kind of great noble from the Dragon Empire used to live here, who apparently had a vast fortune of his own, and you are heading to this place because apparently this village has managed to evade being ransacked or looted by anyone else. This rumor is a little bit loosey-goosey. The guy that told you about it, they had heard it from someone else who had heard it from another person, and so you don't entirely know what is going on, but you are desperate. And you know that the clock is ticking because Borgus he's going to kill you all. And so you need to make a fast buck to be able to get yourselves out of danger. You've been traveling for a little while and heading through this lush forest road are our four characters. Would you like to introduce yourself, and who are you playing?
I'm Alex. I am playing Puddles of Quaxley. I'm a duck knight. Beautiful white plumage, an orange bill, shining silver armor. Oh, the chivalry just drips off me.
Along with the water.
Along with the water.
Right, perfect. Okay, I see how this is going. Great, I love him.
Yeah, tall, humanoid, but also a duck. I'm here to protect the whole group, and I would fight till the ends of the earth for them. but don't get on my bad side.
Oh.
No, I've got quite the temper.
Oh, no. Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu indeed.
Okay.
Quacre bleu.
Quacre bleu. Great. We'll set the tone for the level of jokes that are going to be made through this. If you didn't enjoy that one, maybe tune out.
Don't upset him or he'll go quackers.
Okay, great. Yeah, save some for later.
I've been working on these. You're in for a wild ride.
So you are a mallard, which in Dragonbane, there's duck people. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Why not?
Who is next in this adventuring party traveling down this road?
Me, I am Bryony, and I'm going to be playing Chrisana the Halfling, which is difficult for me because I'm tall. So this will be acting.
Acting.
Acting. I cannot reach that.
Oh, imagine.
I can't even think of the possibility. Just a little halfling, very innocent face, big wide eyes, but always looking for treasure. That's my thing, is that I'm quite magpie-ish. I just want all the shiny things.
A loot goblin.
Yes. The lesser-known loot hobbit.
Absolutely perfect. Continuing on this merry band of treasure hunters.
Hello, I'm Lydia, and I will be playing the role of Bastin Bloodjaw today. I'm a wolfkin. I'm a young wolfkin. I'm a big boy. I'm quite sort of my coat's very wiry. I've got sort of like scratches down my face. I look a bit battered, but I'm actually quite a fancy man. My clothes are very well taken care of. I carry perfume around with me. I enjoy the finer things in life, like eating all of the time. And I'm a very good fighter. I'm very proficient when it comes to spears and weaponry. And I want some money so I can get some good things in life.
Beautiful. And last of all in the group is...
It's me. I'm Ben, and I'll be playing Archmancer Edodan, a fancy and self-important old wizard man. He is very well bred and well educated, and not always as well informed as he thinks he is.
Oh. Oh, no.
He's been on a quest to find powerful artifacts to fuel his elemental magic. So far, none of the ancient mythical objects he's been hunting down have been found yet.
Okay. Also, one of the things that you've heard about this kind of mysterious village up in the mountains is like a powerful wizard did live here, and they definitely will have some magical artifacts, and these kind of things. Oh, they sell great. Or you can use them yourself. Who knows? Who knows what you'll want to do with them? So it's fairly early morning, and you guys have been traveling for maybe like a week to get to this place, and the situation's getting a little bit tense. Maybe a day or two ago, when you kind of arose at your camp, you'd found, sort of sat in the middle of your camp, was an apple that had a crossbow bolt through it, and clearly someone had placed it there, and this is like a warning message. You've never been able to kind of get eyes on them, but you know that someone or something is tracking you, and that you are in danger. The clock is ticking on you guys, and that if you aren't able to find some cash or sort out your problems soon, that your adventuring days are going to be over. But you've successfully traversed in the rough direction that you think that you should be going, following these rumors, built upon rumors that you've been told about this kind of mysterious unransacked village. And as you continue through this forest pass, you kind of begin to make it onto this very, very old, kind of cobbled road that it looks like it just has not been used or maintained for centuries. Maybe it's vastly overgrown. The bushes and trees around here kind of begin to close in, and this path begins to go through this kind of like rocky mountainous pass. And as you proceed, you suddenly come up to this like large barricade that has been built just directly across this path. It is this like ramshackle mixture of like different architecture, and there's sort of like scrawled like writing and messages all over it. What do you guys want to do?
What kind of things do the messages say?
If anyone wants to give me like language rolls.
Not me.
I rolled a 1.
Whoa!
Which is a critical success or a dragon.
What a way to start.
Okay, right. So
I'm very smart.
In Dragonbane, this is a D20 system where people will be trying to roll under their skill. You have a bunch of statistics and you have a bunch of skills, and you'll be rolling a dice and you're trying to roll underneath that. And if you ever roll a 1, then that counts as a dragon, which I will often call a critical success. And that means, well, it's the best. Congratulations, you've solved my wall riddle.
Out of my way, everyone. I'll read this.
As Aodan is kind of like deciphering, like it's almost like graffiti on this wall. The rest of you are kind of like staring and looking at it, and he's kind of like really digging in deep into these scrawlings. And you guys are kind of noticing like this architecture is pretty wild. Some of it looks like it is like old and it's like elvish, and then built on top of that is sort of maybe like some human style construction. It looks like some dwarves have built part of this as well. Parts of it have these like thick old sort of like roots of hedges, which would be kind of like barricades that halflings would maybe construct. And it is this mishmash of stuff that has been built upon over and over again. Aodan, you've been completely distracted by these writings, and there is in numerous different languages that you can read all of these. These are warning messages. They are saying, turn back, do not go any further, no one returns, in all different languages, from all the sort of common folk in the sort of like the common tongue down to elvish, halfling, dwarf, multiple writings in orc language. You'd say like it's quite like the majority of those are from orcs, and it is warning messages.
Is there any clue about what they're warning us about?
You would say danger. It's no more distinguishable than that outside of it seems like a lot of different races have tried to make sure that people from their race can understand that this is a bad place and you should not be going through.
Well, a couple of bits of writing aren't going to keep me out of here. I'm going to start picking up like barrels, bits, whatever, pulling planks off this thing. I mean, it's only a bit of writing. I mean, they're not going to keep us out, and it's definitely the direction we're going in.
Oh, we should take heed of these warnings.
Really?
Clearly, something dangerous lurks within.
Are there any words in the Wolfkin language?
Yes, these. Here, can't you read?
No, I guess
Your own language?
I can read Wolfkin. Yes, of course.
Yeah, so you would maybe not have instantly recognized it because it's written in quite like an old tongue. Like, you know, it'd be almost like you're reading, like we were reading Shakespearean or something. The language is a little bit more verbose, and it's like you wouldn't instantly have picked it up amongst all of these like scrawlings, but Aodan definitely would be like, oh, this is the wolf language from. This is like 500 years old. Like, this is not recently been written. These sort of like writings and engravings all over this like kind of just wild structure.
I reckon there must be a lot of treasure in there if they're trying to keep us out. I would also like to know that Chrisana is eating the apple off of the arrow from earlier.
I wanted to eat that apple. I'm gluttonous.
Like a healthy kebab.
Okay, great.
I'm eyeing it up.
How much of the apple does she eat?
Oh, all of it. You can't let any go to waste. Down to the pips and the stick, I say.
Gross.
Well, I mean, if it's such old writing, like whatever they're trying to keep out or in, It's probably dead by now, surely.
Well, these date over the course of hundreds of years. You can see here. Elves settled here and told everyone to keep out, and then the dwarves, 100 years later, then the halflings tried to come here, and they put their own in. I'd wager there's up to 50 to 100 years between each of these messages.
Well, I mean, even elves don't live that long. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I'm just keep tearing away at this barricade still.
Yeah, are you trying to destroy the barricade?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sort of pulling planks off it, and yeah.
Give me some kind of dice roll then. I think you could kind of break this thing down. It's stonework, there's woodwork, there's these like thick bramble bushes kind of like sort of tied into it as well. Give me anything you want.
Just a strength roll on it, I suppose.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, 20.
A critical fail.
It's probably for the best. Probably shouldn't be pulling this thing down anyway.
You're kind of like pulling away this ramshackle thing, and this is like vastly tall, like maybe 15, 20 feet high across this mountain pass. And as you're kind of dislodging stones and pulling some brambles off, you pull like a big branch of brambles, and the whole kind of like these things are old and dry, and they kind of cascade down. But these were sort of load-bearing brambles, and like a large piece of masonry falls off the top and just cracks you straight in the head.
No. Quacks you straight in the
It quacks you straight in the head. And you can take 4 damage.
Well, that went swimmingly, didn't it, Sir Puddles?
Ow, this really hurts. You're going to have like a big lump bruise there going forwards. This was not...
Let me save you the trouble. Everyone come here. I'll gather us all in a group of around a meter, certain circle, and then I'll cast Pillar, which is like my earth elemental power that lets me build a massive pillar 3 meters high per level I cast. So if I do it at double level, 6 meters, clear the wall.
Okay, this sounds great.
Travel in style.
Yeah. So you would all know that Aedan is a mage, and you've probably seen him solve problems with his pillar before. So give me a... It's the name of the spell, you dirty dogs. Shame on you, I'm removing 1 gold star from each of you. Okay, so I need you to make a willpower roll.
8. That is under my willpower.
Cool. So to cast a spell, it will cost you willpower. Everyone has an amount of willpower in the game that they'll use to use abilities or to cast spells. This is a finite resource that until you rest, you won't be able to get it back. Cool. Okay. Yeah. You all kind of huddle together, and what do you say to cast your spell? Because to cast Pillar,
oh yes,
it requires a gesture and some kind of speech.
I don't know how required this is, but he does do everything with some pomp and ceremony. And so he is like, I, Archmaester Edodan, command the earth! He does this.
Okay, I love it.
And the ground rumbles and we all shoot up.
And so how...
And then I'm... as we reach the top of the wall.
Have you got off the pillar yet, or are you just...
No, that makes it stop moving.
Okay.
It doesn't make it collapse.
Oh.
And then as we climb off the pillar onto the wall and hopefully there's some, way down, then I'm just like, be gone! And then it all crumbles into sand.
Very dramatic.
Great. No, yeah, you guys all are raised up to the top of this wall. You're able to sort of like climb onto the top of this barricade, and this path is kind of like going up a fairly steep sort of hill now, and so it's a shorter climb down the other side. That you can all give me an agility roll to climb down. Only on like a super fail, a critical fail will this be a bad.
I rolled a 1.
What the hell?
I, Edodan, am the greatest there ever was. Cake flourish.
Oh my god, yeah, you jump off the other side, you do your Avengers pose land, everyone claps.
I'm going to spend a point of willpower to make the earth shudder as I land with my minor magic power.
Okay, sure. I think because you rolled a dragon, I'm not going to make you spend that because it's very cool. There's a squirrel up in a tree looking down at you, and it drops its mouth agape. Whoa! Like that squirrel is so impressed.
Amazing. Mission accomplished.
Did anyone else get a bad fail?
No.
I failed. Oh no! But I failed by 2. So my agility's 14. I got a 16.
Okay, so passing and failing is basically binary in this, but there's a degree of sort of failing forward. So you do make it down, but it is not very graceful, and you can take 1 point of damage.
Ow.
Basically, like as you are climbing down the other side, just your hand is pricked by just like a dry old thorn goes straight into your paw, and you make it down. And yeah, like it's not the best descent. But yeah, you guys have made it past this barricade, and you can just see this road kind of continue up this sort of ravine that you can see it begins to open out, and like at the end of this pass, you can make out there's like a figure stood. They've got their back to you, and like they look like they're intensely looking at something on the road in front of you, and you're maybe a good 50 to 100 feet away from them. Like it's quite a distance, and they seem quite excited. You can get from there like their actions, but they are completely unaware of what you guys are up to, or that you are even there.
I'm going to waddle up towards him. You there, friend or foe? Do you mean any harm to our party?
So, as you are beginning to get a little bit closer, this is another mallard and another duck man. And as you are kind of all heading up this road, you can hear him like talking to himself, and you can't quite make out what he's doing, but you see kind of like this like sparkle of kind of like fireworks or something. Like imagine sort of like sparklers, like this like glittery, glowing sort of energy in front of him, and he's there just like, oh, absolutely fascinating. oh, incredible. And he's got a book next to him, and he's kind of writing in this book. This is quite a discovery. Oh, incredible. And then you call out to him, and he turns around with a start. Great, hello, travelers. You can see him like eyeing you all up, especially the Arbor Knight, the large wolf man, the wizard and the halfling. He can see that you are all armed. This guy looks pretty scared. He is wearing almost like a velvet bathrobe type thing. He's got like a little velvet hat on, spectacles. He looks pretty old, and he does have like a little short dagger at his hip, but you would probably not describe this guy as a fighter. And he looks very, very startled and afraid right now. He quickly like puts something into his jacket. I'm a friend. Greetings, travelers. Hello.
Well met. We demand passage.
I think he's denying
well, of course. Please be my guest. He kind of takes a step off the road and sort of slightly obscured by bushes. You can see he's got like a little round bell tent there. Like it's pretty small. He's not like a big guy, and he's got a little camp, some meat on a spit that's kind of like slowly roasting, and like a pot that's boiling there, and it kind of looks like he's been here for a little while. Also, as you were kind of progressing, directly behind him, maybe another couple of feet, there's like a shimmer in the air, almost like this wall that it's only when you're near it that you can kind of see it, but it is kind of gently reflecting like different colors of the rainbow. It has this kind of oil slick sort of look to it, but it's just clear, and you can sort of through the haze, you can make out in the distance that there is a village further away.
Can I try and like sense magic and see if it's like a spell or a magical effect of some kind?
I don't think I'd even need you to roll. You're a wizard. Oh, this looks like magic. yeah. This definitely looks magical. You don't quite know what it's doing, but you know that there is some magic at play here. Like, this doesn't look like a natural phenomenon. Something is going on.
Dog boy, what's your name?
Oh, hello. My name is Canitus Boaty. At your service. He takes like a deep bow. His hat falls off onto the ground. Oh, oops.
Oh, Bertie boy, I love your velvet outfit. You're so handsome.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I like to dress for comfort, you see. When you're out on the road, you don't have to leave the comforts at home. At home!
What did you put in your lovely little velvet outfit? We saw you squirrel something away.
Oh, it's just things for my experiments. I'm here. I came to investigate I'd heard rumors of the town of Blackridge, and well, I'm here to discover more about it. But look at this fascinating barrier in front of us.
Do you have any idea what it could be?
Oh, well, I do not know, and I never jump in head first, you see, and so I've been doing my experiments, you see.
Well, maybe there's your problem. And I'm going to waddle up to the wall and give it a bit of a kick.
Your foot goes through it, like it. There's no.
Yes, I keep waddling.
You step through the barrier. My goodness! And you kind of you can see puddles like go through, and they kind of stop the other side. Like, it's kind of hazy. You can't quite make them out perfectly. And they've kind of taken some steps through, and then they're not really moving on the other side.
Puddles?
You're right, Puddles.
Did he just go through?
Is he moving very slowly?
You don't hear. There's no reaction
No reaction.
from him.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to examine the rest of everything behind the whatever it is. Is there any animals or trees blowing in the breeze or any movement of any kind that I can see?
Yeah. You'd say you could. It's really like blurry the further away stuff is, but yeah, like it looks like stuff is moving, stuff is going on.
Mr. Boaty, before we follow our friend through there, what experiments have you been doing?
Oh well, no one just walks straight into a magic barrier. You don't know what kind of curses this could hold.
It's very true.
You could just instantly die, for example. You do have a backup character, right?
Sure. Don't have a backup voice, though.
Apparently all duck people speak alike, though, so.
We do.
Brothers.
Brother. He kind of like closes his book. He's like, my experiments are private, you understand. I'm an explorer, you see, and I'm going to write great tomes about this land, and I can't just give this information away for free.
And I pull my spear out and, like, sort of menacingly swish it. I was trying to think what I could do.
You're...
Twirl it like a baton.
Yes, there we go. Give the old razzle dazzle.
Okay, give me some kind of dice roll.
So like an intimidate.
Yeah.
I think I'd just take like a persuade,
Oh shit, I'm not very good at that.
or I'll just let you roll your spear skill.
All right, spear. What's my spear skill? Just did it without looking. 14, and I rolled a 15. Womp womp.
Do you drop it?
Whoa!
Beat yourself in the head.
So I think this guy, he is easily scared. I will give you a bonus on this, a boon,
Okay.
because
He's easy to intimidate.
yeah, there's three of you and a wolfman who stands almost twice his height with a spear, easily twice his height, is a scary sight. So give me another roll.
3.
3. Okay. Look, no need for weapons, everybody. You can see him kind of shaking, and his hand like loosely goes to his dagger for a moment, and then he pulls it away. Like, this dagger is very, very small. He's a small guy. I've been doing experiments. It's fascinating. And he goes to sort of like his little cooking area. Like, watch this. And he grabs like a handful of salt from a little bag, and he throws it into the barrier, and nothing happens. It's as if he threw salt on the floor, but now it's on the other side of the barrier. Now, watch this. And grabs a stone and throws that through. And takes out this little beautiful like wooden box that looks very ornate, very, very nice. And he opens it up. And there's this just brown powder in there. Now, pay attention, everybody. This is the interesting part. And he takes like a tiny little pinch and sort of flicks it at it, and you see like the particles kind of glow and then just sort of like shoot off into the distance. And he's like, look, fascinating.
What powder is that?
Well, this is guano draconis. It's
I know what that is.
yes.
Do I?
Give me a
Sounds like
Again! Have you just rolled 3 ones in a row?
I invented that.
Oh my god!
Do you have cheating dice?
They're your dice! You gave them to me!
What the hell?
What the hell?
It's a good thing I'm using it for shit that really matters.
Okay, so
Like climbing down a wall and finding out what fucking sand is.
Yeah, when we fight the big mega boss.
Yeah, I'll be falling over myself.
So, guano draconis is
Dragon poo.
it's fossilized dragon poo. Like dragons have not been seen in these lands for a long time. Not really since the Dragon Empire. There's like, every now and again there's tales of someone saw one in a mountain a long way away, but they're kind of sort of the stuff of myth and legend these days. They are naturally sort of magical arcane creatures. Like the guano draconis. It reacts. It's magic.
Yes, well, as we all know, it's very magically charged.
Well, you seem to know more about it than I do.
Does me rolling a 1 mean that I, know something about this stuff and why it would react in that way?
There's something magical about dragon poops. And you'd say, the way that reacted, the sort of energy that it hit this shield with, this wall, it had some kind of force multiplier applied to it. The way these particles just sort of shot off, they started glowing and sparkling, just maintained their momentum and just fired off into the distance, was absolutely wild.
Tried throwing some at our duck friend there.
Well, I think we'll kind of maybe cut over to Duck Friend as you guys are sort of experimenting around. He's going through his studies, and I'll give you any more info that you want for that. You have walked through this barrier. Immediately, you're met by this kind of refreshing, lovely, cool air. But you look around, and the environment's completely different. It was sort of springtime, sort of end of spring that you guys were adventuring around before, early in the morning. Whereas now, the trees around you, it looks like it's late autumn, and you can see the sun is kind of almost beginning to set. That it's completely different to how things were.
Follow me, guys. It seems fine. Guys?
You turn back and you don't see them.
Uh,
You look down the road and you can see like a fairly well-maintained road going back down the path. There is no barricade, and it just looks like an autumnal path down through this kind of mountainous pass.
So I'm going to backtrack back through where the wall was.
Also, you don't even see the wall from this side. It is not there. You are now just stood on a road by yourself.
Well, that's a turn up for the books. I wonder when they'll catch up with me, I suppose. Maybe I'll just take a little sit down here for a minute and wait for them to catch up, because oh dear. oh dear.
Maybe that rock hit you on the head harder than you thought.
Yeah, you're nursing that bump, being like, oh, heck, what happened? Did I ever have friends? Oh, God. So, you guys on the outside, the old Mr. Boaty has been explaining that he's been doing these tests for a while, and that he thinks that there is something going on with this barrier. There's some kind of magic, and I'm too scared to go through it. Not without further testing. But this is my first positive result. I've been here for a couple of days now, and trying all kinds of different ingredients and tinctures on it. And
Whilst they're talking, can I sneak into the tent and see if I can find anything shiny?
oh, 100% you can. Give me a sneak roll.
Pass.
Great. So you sneak in and
It's finding the shiniest thing.
The least shiny thing. The man trap.
No.
Well, she's a halfling. She'll be fine.
Or it could trap two of me.
No.
Or trap you in half, even.
No.
oh god. You go through and you find like there's books, there's ledgers in here, like a supply of food. It seems like he was planning to be here for a little while, and it's quite like a comfortable little camp. And you have found there is a silver necklace, and roll me a d6.
Oh. 1.
1 silver coin.
We're on our way, guys. We're going to pay this bill off in no time.
But yeah, so you there's some shinies there. Inside the silver necklace is like a locket with a picture of his duck wife.
No,
Take the picture out at least. Jeez.
you monster.
Can I leave him
single
the
feather.
picture?
You're gonna take the picture out, leave it on his bed. Oh god. Yeah, of course you can.
Just so he knows he was robbed.
Yeah.
Mr. Boaty, we obviously have to go through the portal to find our feathered friend, but we will need to take this dragon's poop you have.
This is almost priceless.
I know. I hold the spear again.
He seems a lot more reluctant, and his hand does rest on his dagger now.
Silly little Boaty. I get my spear and just prise his hand off of his dagger.
Oh god. Okay, give me a spear roll to see if you scare him.
Literally highway robbery.
Pass.
Great.
I'm a big scary boy.
Yeah, he pulls his hand away from his dagger, takes out the little box. Okay. We're all friends here.
We are good friends. Thank you so much, Mr. Boaty.
Why don't you join us in our quest?
No, I think I'm fine here.
You could have your share of the treasure if you assisted us.
I think I'm okay on this side of the barrier.
I tell you what, sweet duck boy. On the way back, we will drop you off something nice and special.
Oh, great.
Should we return?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I've heard people do return from the other side Very frequently.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Speaking of, have you ever seen any creatures or travelers or animals cross the barrier?
No, not that I can think of. Well, outside of that was the Duck Knight. But I guess you'll be the next three. He's kind of backing away a little bit. His hands are up, still looking at the tip of your spear, glancing around at the three of you.
He'd rather not go through the barrier than get his share of the treasure.
Krisana, are you done robbing him?
I don't know what you mean.
You walk out of his tent wearing the necklace, flicking a coin.
Great. Let's go find Mr. Puddles, eh?
Oh, I'm so sorry, my good man. Better luck next time, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, yes. I'll be seeing you.
Ta-ta!
Whack.
Can I put the necklace in his hand and just be like, there you go, consider it a down payment for the shit. And then I just march through the barrier.
Wait, where's the picture of my wife? Wait, that's your voice. Wait, where's the picture of my wife? And you guys head through the barrier. And you're met with the same kind of immediate feeling. It's now autumn. And when it was kind of early morning, it's now this kind of warm, late sunny afternoon. The trees around are kind of all beginning to turn sort of reds and oranges, and it's just a completely different time of day. It is quite startling. And you can see Quaxley is sat on a rock beside the path, just sort of like gently just nursing his head because it is been badly bruised. Turning back, you cannot see Boaty. The path down the road, it looks pristine, or at least well maintained, and there is no sign of this barricade. You guys are all on the other side of...
Has the dragon poo done anything weird?
You definitely felt like movement of it. Like as you went through it, like it is like kind of sparkling and glowing a little bit.
Can I take a pinch and throw it into the air?
Yeah, you 100% can. You throw some into the air, and you can see that it just like the particles just sort of fly just up out of sight. Like they glow really brightly at first, and then the sort of glowing fades, and they just are gone.
Okay.
Oh, what was that? Oh yes, my compatriots. Yes, I've taken care of everything ahead of us, and begin marching furiously left and right across the path. Yes, it all seems clear. I've checked everything. How did you get on with that?
Well, true to form, these two robbed the poor man.
I'm borrowing. I got some dragon shit.
Oh,
Don't eat it all at once.
is that a good thing?
Well, he's doing experiments on the other side. He showed us. He threw the stuff in, and it glittered and flew. I thought maybe it'd make a waypoint for us to go, but
The other side of what?
well, the path we just went through.
We seem to have crossed some kind of magical barrier.
Oh yeah, it was probably magic. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I thought it'd be okay to. Yeah, it's fine.
Magic famously fine. So from where you guys are sat, the path continues up, and the sort of like the rocky edges around you have sort of clear out a little bit, and you can see that there is a village in the distance. Maybe a dozen or so houses, one or two slightly larger buildings, and they are dominated by this really large, this sort of like 50, 60, 70 meter just black tower stands there that seems to kind of like be the main area that these buildings are built up around it. There's sort of a big rocky outcrop behind it. You can see that, I don't know, there's some kind of mural or engravings on there, and there's sort of like odd trees sort of like dotted around the village. You can make out like a sheep or two like wandering around.
I haven't scouted ahead anyway, but there's a village down there. just wondering if we should take a look at it, I suppose.
Yeah, and that dark tower is likely the source of this foul sorcery.
Yeah, you'd guess this tower looks pretty magical. If you'd maybe guess a wizard would live in a tower like this. That's where your brain would tell you.
And as an archmancer of the elemental forces, any magic not connected to those primal powers is clearly evil.
So you're saying he is one of your chums or not?
No.
Oh.
He's some kind of foul, misbegotten fiend who must be returned to the dark chasm from whence he came.
Well, that sounds right up my street. Shall I lead the way then?
Onwards, brave Sir Puddleton. Into the very abyss.
Yeah, so you guys just sort of like heading up towards the village.
That's
Cool.
Here we go.
My character is faint-hearted and will always lurk at the back of every group.
Right.
So,
okay.
yes, I commend your bravery.
Well, I'm foolhardy and always go at the first into danger.
Oh, perfect.
So,
I too am reckless, so
So you're just marching.
I'm
marching up.
gluttonous. That's mine. I'm hungry.
I'm a hungry
the
boy.
danger.
Okay, so first, second, last, hungry.
Hungry, yeah.
What's your position?
So you kind of head up this path, and it's fairly well maintained, but it doesn't seem the most sort of. It's not the most like luxurious or fancy thing that's been constructed, and you get closer and closer to this village, and the buildings all look a little bit run down, like not the most prosperous at all, especially in quite high contrast to this sort of like basalt tower that stands sort of in this town, and you can see like one or two people like milling around, and you begin to make it closer to this sort of town square, passing by these just odd trees, things like that, and huddled around this square, and this square has these sort of like large flagstone, almost like a mosaic of what looks like a dragon, kind of dominates this area, and from one of these groups of people who just sort of like sat against these buildings, just enjoying the afternoon sun, like this little boy looks up and runs towards you. Oh, Calais! Wanderers have come to our town. New friends. And he runs towards you.
stand back, child. Do not come any closer.
Oh, a brave knight.
Oh, well, yes, I am.
Look
But
how brave you are.
No.
Please, I'd love to have a hug.
Stand back.
He comes up and he kind of barrels in to give you a big hug.
Stand fast. It's simply their peasant ways.
Okay. Child, move. You're in the way of my party. We hope to advance through this town. What is this place? What is its name?
Well, this is our lovely town of Blackridge. Give me an awareness check.
It's failed.
This is the lovely town of Blackridge. He gestures around. Here, it's the mighty tower where Cato the Curious lives. And over there is the inn where we can buy food and drinks. It's a lovely place to live. Ha 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 ha. I'm a little boy. Goodbye. And he begins skipping off.
No, little child, come back. Who is Cato the Curious?
Oh, Cato the Curious. Well, he's the High Mage for the Dragon Emperor. Goodbye. Wait. And he begins trying to skip away.
No, little boy. Can I grab him by the scruff of his neck and like pick him up?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Give me an awareness roll.
I passed. No, I failed. That's a lie. I failed.
Ow! Unhand me. I thought we would be friends. I'm just a simple little boy. I told you where everything was.
What? Tell me again. I've actually forgotten what you said. Something about the dragon something? What
The tower.
Yes, who lives in there?
Cato the Curious.
And who was he?
Well, he's the High Mage for the Dragon Emperor.
Have I heard of that name before?
Give me a law roll.
Maester Edodan, attorney at law. 4.
You have heard of Cato the Curious in your studies.
Was he around 500 years ago?
So about 1,000 years ago, there's legend of Cato the Curious was the High Mage for the Dragon Emperor, and they betrayed the Dragon Emperor in their pursuit for eternal life. And the Dragon Emperor sent his units of Dragon Knights to kill Cato the Curious, who then became known as Cato the Betrayer. And so legend has it that he was killed.
Right. Do we know anything else about his, like, who he was, what he could do?
That he was a mage who was obsessed with seeking immortality. That originally had claimed that he would be doing it for the Dragon Emperor, but he stole the secrets for himself. And
Ironic, really. He couldn't live forever. Not a tale a dragon would tell you. Dragon, he figured out how to live forever, but then died.
legend has it that that's what you know from reading about the Dragon Empire, Cato the Curious, a kind of a minor player in that, but generally referred to as Cato the Betrayer, who, before the fall of the Dragon Empire, was killed by the Dragon Emperor.
Can't believe it. The Cato the Curious? Answer me, child. Do
Yes.
not speak an untruth before me.
I would never, because I'm a young boy.
You're too stupid to lie.
I just want to play. Please let me
I'm
down.
holding it up. Nope.
Unhand him. I have grave news for all of us.
I just literally just let go.
Ow! And they begin to run off. You see, as they run off, yippee! Two other kids that were sort of they had been hanging out together. They all just take off together. They all run off into the distance.
Cato the Curious was once a grand sorcerer who betrayed his emperor and was killed. If my memory serves correctly, we are over 1,000 years into the past of this realm.
You mean we're quack to the future?
We must get quack to the future, Sir Puddlesbury.
No! Did we break it yet? Maybe.
Oh my god! Incredible! Great. If these episodes had titles, that'd be the name of this episode. Looking quack to the future. I love it. Great. Thank you.
Well,
What?
sounds to me like someone who'd have a lot of money stored in that tower. I say we go up.
That's very true. And if we were to find the treasure now, there would be none for anybody else later. For any treasure hunters who may loot
Oh, we
it.
could invest it as well. By the time it's the future, we'll have loads. Put it all into property.
Does this mean dragons? We're going to have to deal with dragons?
There are dragons, yes.
Right.
The great dynasty of the Dragon Emperor himself.
Oh, okay.
You better pray we don't run into any of those.
Do we first head to the inn nearby, get some food? I'm absolutely starving.
Always thinking with your stomach, Baston.
So from the square, you can see there's this big inn. Again, fairly dilapidated. Maybe once upon a time it was a bit nicer, but some of the windows are boarded up. But you can see people are sort of coming in and out of it, and there's definitely people inside. You kind of catch wafts of delicious food being cooked in there. You can the scent of pastry on the air definitely does draw you in. Smells delicious.
Oh no, I'm glad I did not fill up on that child. Let's get some pastry.
Follow me, everybody. Everybody out of the way. Out of the way. Through we go. Come on. Now, where's your best bakery? You, child.
The kids are gone.
You, the other child. Anybody.
There's like this kind of this farmer sort of hanging around, like looking. He looks a bit like despondent.
You, sir. What year is this?
Oh, I can't quite tell you. You're I don't know. I'm a simple farmer. It's autumn though, if that helps.
Yeah, autumn, hey? Does that help?
I'm going to. Is it nighttime?
No, it's sort of like the sun's kind of coming down, but it's still.
I mean, are we talking like Skyrim kind of currency situation where the same coins are worth the same value over the course of 10,000 years, or Dragon Emperor coins are different to the coins we have, so we won't be able to buy anything?
It's different currencies, but they're still going to be made of silver, copper, gold. But
It's valuable.
Yeah, like probably tradable.
Don't even bother. These are but mere ignorant peasants as I make eye contact.
Wait, what? No, I'm look. I did lose my sheep. Oh, now I don't feel so good about boasting about being like a real good peasant. Yeah,
It's okay. You cannot help it. It's how you were born. Now, onwards.
Wait, what? You haven't seen any sheep, have you? They got out.
Did they?
They did. They did.
Where do they normally go when they escape?
Well, they do escape a lot.
Where did you find them last time?
Well, they went off, and I'm an old farmer now, and it's hard for me to keep up. Oh, you can see he's got like a walking stick.
Oh.
If you happen to bring them back, I'll be most pleased.
Well, keep an eye out for them.
They'll probably be the last place you look for them.
Oh,
Why don't you count the ones you have and then have a little nap?
oh well, they all got out. I think the ram broke the fence again.
Oh, hang on. We did see some sheep on the way in here when we were walking down to the village.
Oh really? Where was that?
It was just in the fields around the town. Have you even looked? They're all around.
Oh no, yeah, I did lose my ewes as well. That deserved more of a laugh. That deserved more. It fucking quacked to the. No, I'm not really looking around. I came into the town square and I saw you. Strange.
So you have seen them.
Strange. No. And I saw travelers, strangers. Look, if you're not gonna help me find my sheep, I'm gonna leave you to it.
I mean, we could go and have a look. I imagine you'd be quite good at rounding up some sheep.
Ah, yes, I love. I'm like drooling a bit. I love sheep. We will do this for you, good sir.
But no, don't eat them.
Yes, yes. Good day. Storm off into the inn.
Okay, sure.
Well, at least the sheep probably won't be in there.
Probably. Yeah, you kind of go into this inn, and from the outside, yeah, you can see kind of dilapidated building, and there's a sign that you would, with a bit of creative imagination, probably describe it as like a painting of a dragon breathing fire, and this place is called the Blazing Breath. It's kind of like slightly smoky, a little bit dingy in here compared to the outside. Maybe a dozen patrons in here. Most of them look like fairly simple farm folk. There's kind of like a large farm woman just behind the counter, cleaning up, sorting out food and stuff. And there's these kind of two people sat in a corner that they look real out of place here, where everyone else looks like farm locals. There's what looks like a large orc warrior wearing like battle gear. You can see them like laden with weapons, and this like thin kind of middle-aged man. He's got like a staff, and they look like a real odd couple together. And they're just drinking and rolling dice. When you come in, kind of everyone stops and looks at you, but most of the farm folk just go back to whatever they're doing. The big orc nudges this like other guy who is like in the middle of rolling dice, and you can see these guys are drinking like heavily, and they point at you guys, and the thinner figure just bursts out laughing.
Rude.
And they kind of have a little bit of a chuckle, and then just go back to their drinks and playing their dice game.
You sir, that better not have been directed in our direction. What's so funny?
I'm going to cast Puff of Smoke. An explosive puff of eruptions around and in front of me, very popular for making dramatic entrances, and can give you a bonus determined by the GM. So I'm going to dramatically, as we enter, and we dare not mock Edodon, Grand Archmaster of the Elemental Arts.
The guy just continues to laugh. Grand Master, Elemental Arts. He does the exact same thing and makes a big plume of smoke. The locals are all just like, what the hell's going on here? It's good.
Just a wizard flex
Real
off.
smoky.
Someone crack a window.
How dare you, sir?
I'll just, I'll be seeing you later on. And he just downs his drink, puts the cup down, and elbows the orc, and he's just like, how long left do we have? And the orc kind of like looks around, and he's like, three ducks? And when they say that, like a farmer walks in and says, has anyone seen my 3 ducks? And they're like, one more round, please. And they just ignore you and go back to drinking. And you maybe think the guy that was laughing at you, they look like they're gently crying now.
This is a silly place.
The barmaid brings over, there's like a barmaid in here as well. They bring over some drinks, and you see this orc and this human. They are really necking these drinks, like really fast. This large barwoman is like, all right, loves, can I get you anything? Strange having so many wanderers coming in today.
We'll need your finest table for my party and myself. We've had a long day travelling to get here. Can you tell us more about some of the local specialities? Because we'd like to have a good old feed before we get on with the rest of our adventuring tomorrow.
Well, right away, yeah. If you've got coin, then I can... Do you have coin?
Yeah, some.
As you, check your belt, your coin pouch is gone.
Child!
You don't have any coins on you.
Is that all of us or just Alex?
Just Sir
Puddles.
Quaxley, because they were the one who had the lovely hug.
Oh,
Maybe, who knows?
Oh, you got...
So, well, you can take your pick of the tables.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll bluff. Of course I do. Plenty of gold.
No, I don't need a roll.
We're made of it.
The orc kind of pipes up and says, you just remember, this table's ours. And they point where they're sat.
Why are you crying, babies?
The big babies. The human in their sort of long black robe. They are just necking this pint, and you can see them sort of just sobbing. They're just not really paying attention to you now. And the orc is like, don't worry about him. He sometimes gets like this. And they are drinking.
How long have you been here?
The orc just and the person just lets out a wail.
Oh no.
With that, there is a resounding crash outside. Everyone in the inn massively flinches. and then it's followed by another like huge crash, like a window smashes, and then there's another crash. People inside are freaking out. The orc and this person, they don't seem as bothered at all as these crashes continue to happen, and you can see something's like raining down outside of the...
Have a peek. I'm gonna rush out, look out the window.
Looking outside, you catch the last glimpse of what looks like a sheep flying through the air, crashing into the front of this building, and just like a meat-filled balloon.
Oh.
The street outside is just covered in sheep meat.
Someone tell the farmer we found his sheep. Oh, I got a bad feeling about this.
People inside begin to like run out, and there's like panic and confusion.
What the hell's going on? What is all this?
You two, you don't look scared.
You've seen this before, haven't you?
They just finish drinking their drinks and just sit back, and with that you hear this loud sound from outside. It sounds like the beating of wings. But it's not just like one set of wings. And you begin to hear the people outside, they scream. And everyone is screaming. And at first you can see them running around because they're just panicking, but then you can't hear their screams anymore because the sound of these beating wings. And these people aren't just running around because they're panicking and they're fleeing. They're running around because they're on fire.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
And then the inn is on fire.
Oh.
And now, as the windows burst in, these plumes of flames fly inside, and all four of you are incinerated. You are all instantly dead.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, that was Mystery Quest. See you next time.
All right, take care.
And the three of you have stepped through the barrier, and you can see Sir Puddles of Quaxley is there looking confused, and you all vividly remember just being incinerated by something. So, that concludes our first episode of Dragonbane. How interesting. Our first total party wipe. How will they ever get out of this one? What a curious mystery they have to unravel. I really hope you're enjoying this. It's been a while since we've done any kind of traditional fantasy game, and so I hope you like a kind of different change of pace. Until next time, everybody. Goodbye.